Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem, we're starting Daf Kaf Zayin. So let's see. So we had the Mishnah yesterday. Let's go back. Ma'aseh was a story. Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai letomet tafshil. They brought him to taste the tafshil. Chavratz achilat aray. Or Rabban Gamliel. They brought Rabban Gamliel shte kotvot, 2 dates with lishal mayim and a pitcher of water. The Amru and both Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai and Rabban Gamliel said, "He'elum la sukkah, take it up to the sukkah." Uchshenatnu lo Rabbi Tzadok, when they gave Rabbi Tzadok, ochel pachot mikabetza, to eat less than a kabetza, netalo b'mapa, he picked it up in a mapa, ve'acha lo chutz la sukkah, and he ate it out of the sukkah. Lo bilech acharav, and didn't make birkat hamazon. 3 kulot. Rashi said it. We had it before. Oh, we had it in Yoma. So Rashi said 3 shelosha kulin nahagbo. Achat shelo natal yadav, ela b'mapa karach yadav, mishum aninut adat. V'chutz l'sukkah achalo, v'lo birech acharav. 3 kulot. So the Gemara says, ma'aseh l'stor. You bring me a story to contradict the Mishnah before. In the Mishnah before, you told me that ochlim aray chutz l'sukkah, and now over here you're telling me that they ate it in the sukkah. Rashi ma'aseh l'stor v'chi derech hamedaberim le'avi achar devrehem ma'aseh hasoter devrehem tekatani reisha. You said in the reisha ochlim v'shotim aray chutz l'sukkah umevir ma'aseh te'ima hatavshil, even to taste the tavshil tzarich sukkah. Says the Gemara, Chesure me'echzera ve'hachi katani, and ba lehachmir alatzmo. If he wants to be mahmir, velete mishum yohara. It's not ka'ava to be mahmir. Sometimes you say if you mahmir, it's ka'ava. Over here, it's not a problem. Anybody that wants is allowed to eat the mahmir and eat everything in the sukkah. Uma'aseh nami. There was a story there. V'ulo Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai letomet atavshil. Ula Rabban Gamliel shte kotvot v'li shamayim ve'amru he'elum la sukkah. Uchshenatnu lo Rabbi Tzadok. When they gave to Rabbi Tzadok ochel pachot mikabetza, less than a kabetza, netalo b'mapa, he took it in a handkerchief. Ve'achalo chutz la sukkah, he ate it outside of the sukkah. V'lo birech acharav, and he didn't make birkat hamazon. So this was bread. Because Rashi says, netalo b'mapa, back in the Mishnah, lo natal yadav, ela karach b'mapa yadav. He wrapped his hands in a mapa, mishum nekiyut. The kasavar, the reason is because he held, pachot mikabetza lo ba'i netilat yadayim. So since less than a kabetza is not mekabel tumah, it doesn't need netilat yadayim. So it wasn't really a kula. The kula is that he holds, pachot mikabetza doesn't need netilat yadayim. V'lo ba'i sukkah, it doesn't need a sukkah. V'lo ba'i birkat hamazon la'acharav. Why not? The darish ke Rabbi Yehuda. He held like Rabbi Yehuda. Ve'achalta ve'savat o berachta. So the question, achila is a kazai. What's ve'savata? Rabbi Yehuda holds that ve'savata means achila sheyesh bo sevi'ah zu kabetza. Rabbi Meir holds achila is achila, ve'savata zu shtiyah. Achila, right? He holds achila, hainu kabetza. Aval lefanav, but of course he made a beracha before. V'chol dehu bai beracha sharei nehene. V'asu leheno min ha'olam hazeh v'lo beracha. Tosafot.
It's not representing anything cooked.
What?
It's not representing anything cooked. It doesn't have to be bread or anything.
Rabbi Tzadok is a specific case because he has other details. He's not only talking about the sukkah. He's talking about netilat yadayim and birkat hamazon. So that's what we're talking about.
First guy says, whatever.
That's right. Tafshil. No, it's not. And that's an example. Any food. Tosafot says, netalo b'mapa, all the way on the top of Kavav Amudbet. Pirish b'kuntrus. Why did he hold it like that? Mishum nekiyut. Ubechinam pirish ken. Now you don't need to say that. The Rabbi Tzadok Kohen Hava. He was a Kohen. Kedemuchach perek mishemeto. V'so perek kol pesula muktashim. He held So he ate everything as if it was teruma. V'yadayim shnioten uposlot et teruma. Hands are a sheni, the posel teruma. Shizu yaham yudche davar beperek hamad shabbat. Ve'afilu pachol mikabetza mikabel tuma. Shitat Rashi is even less than a kabetza can be mikabel tuma. Kedemuchach perek sheni de masechet tarot. Etnan em ba kabetza hu tahor hu tameh v'akol tahor. At least midrabanan it's mikabel tuma. So therefore, if he wants to consider everything al taharat teruma, and he's not eating, he's not washing his hands, so his hands are shniot. If his hands are shniot, anything he's eating al taharat teruma will become a shlishi. So it wasn't mishum nekiyut. It's because he was makpid to eat al taharat teruma. Now the Gemara says, ha kabetza ba'isuka. Rabbi Tzadok, who was eating less than a kabetza, doesn't need a sukkah, but a kabetza will need a sukkah. Didn't Rav Yosef and Abaye say one mouthful, which we said is one kabetza, still does not need a sukkah? Dilma. So you see that the only reason why he ate it out of the sukkah was because it was less than a kabetza, but a kabetza would need a sukkah. Says the Gemara, Dilma pahomi kabetza netila ubracha lo bay. HaKabetza by Nitila Baracha. Maybe the shiurim are different. For Sukkah, even a kabetza you could eat out of the Sukkah. More than a kabetza you can't eat out of the Sukkah. But for Nitilat Yadayim and Birkat HaMazon, once you get to a kabetza, you have. Rashi. Ve'abaye, Neimet Tehevet Yufta de Rav Yosef, the Amar Leil Tartet Lat, he said 2 or 3. Ve'abaye, the Amar Kedetayim Barbera, the Hainu Kabetza, the Kabetza Ochel on Echal Bibli Ahat. It's one Kabetza you eat in one swallow. Kedamrina Beperek Patra de Yoma, Mikola Ochel Asher Yachel, and Beta Bili Amachzik Yotem Kabetza. So we answer no. Ha Kabetza by Netilat Yadayim Ubracha. Aval Sukkah, Afilu Kabetza, Namilo Sukkah, even a Kabetza doesn't need. Tosfot says, "Ha kabetza by netilat yadayim la'achila." What do you mean? Why should he need netilat yadayim? Everybody knows, right? Can't you wrap your hand and eat it with a handkerchief? Doesn't everybody know these kulot? It's common knowledge, common mistake. Says Tosfot, "V'lo mishteri b'mapa." We don't allow you to eat it with the mapa. The dilma naga, the haishin and dilma naga. We're afraid he's going to touch it. Kedemasik perikol basar. Over there, the Gemara says, "Hetiru mapa leochle teruma, v'lo hetiru mapa leochle taharot." If they weren't matir for ochle taharot koshke, they're not matir for us that are ochle temeot. We're not careful at all.
So where did it come? Don't just just hold the bread and don't hold it with your hand. Where did we get that from?
We got that. There's 2 places we got it from. One is from the Rambam, who holds that it works. The second place we got it from is that if there's no water for 4 meals, then you can wash, then you can wrap your hands.
Which is for me?
72 minutes. Oh. You got to be really far out. and especially now with Poland Springs, these guys have the country covered. There's no place you can't get water. Right? The imken, afilu kabetza shari b'mapa b'lo nitikdam b'shmuel hatam. So really, Rabbi Tzadok always could have used the mapa. Mishnah. Rabbi Eliezer says, person has to eat 14 meals in the Sukkah over 7 days of Sukkot. Ahad, you thought it was in one day, right? Ahad bayom ve'ahad balayla. One in the day and one in the night. Rashi. Yudalet seudot b'gmara mefaresh ta'ama. V'chachamim omrim en ladavar kitzvah. There's no set amount. The only time you have to eat in the sukkah, chutz milele yom tov rishon shel chag bilvad. Only the first night you have to eat. Rashi en ladavar kitzvah im ratza lehitanot. If he wants to fast, en anu zekukim bo. Ela im yochal. But if you're eating, lo yochal chutz lasukkah. Chutz milele yom tov harishon she'eno rashay letanot. He can't not eat kedi alef b'gmara. So that's the first machloket. Rabbi Eliezer says you have to eat every day and every night in the Sukkah. The Chachamim say first night. After that, it's up to you. Ve'od, what does it mean it's up to you? Don't eat.
Don't eat outside. So don't eat period.
If you don't want to eat in the Sukkah, don't eat. But if you're eating, eat in the Sukkah. Ve'od amar Rabbi Eliezer also said, Mi shelo achal lele yom tov harishon. Let's say you missed the first night in the Sukkah, so now you're going to be l'chaura at 13 meals, right? Yashlim lele yom tov aharon shel Hag. He could make it up on Shmini Atzeret. Now you got to realize we're in Chutz La'aretz. In Chutz La'aretz, we eat in the Sukkah Shmini Atzeret. In Israel, Shmini Atzeret, they eat in the house. So you're making up the first meal of the Sukkah in the house. Like that one,
Well, I don't like it.
Why?
It mix people up.
Mix people up. Okay.
No, but Shmini
Rashi.
Atzeret, you don't
Wow.
like it because Shmini Atzeret is a Hag amongst itself.
That's another good reason, but that's not such a problem. We'll see. Look in Rashi.
But don't we have a problem if we make it baracha on Shmini Atzeret? It's a problem, no? You're not supposed to.
At least you were in the Sukkah. There's other in Israel, they're eating in the house.
That's what I'm saying. So now if it goes out, you're gonna look like
Not
you're
eating in the Sukkah, he's eating in the house. Wow.
The last final day of the festival is the seventh day, not the eighth. The eighth is separate festival.
No, but we're on the. But that's not a holiday. Lele Yom Tov Ha'acharon.
Are you saying
The seventh day is not a Yom Tov. Rashi. Milele Yom Tov. Sorry. Yashlim Seuda Zot BeYom Tov Ha'acharon BeShmini Atzeret. Ve'af al pi she'enu b'Sukkah.
Oh, he's not even going out.
Even though it's not in the Sukkah. Ubigmara Parich Allah. How does that work? Okay. V'chachamim omrim en la davar tashlumim. You can't make it up.
What is he adding exactly?
Who?
He's gonna eat it.
No, but you need to make 14.
So what's his hidud?
Ve'al zen who? Rabbi Eliezer?
Yeah.
1 second. The Chachamim say ve'al zen ne'emar me'uvat lo yuchal
I'm
etkon.
making up in my house.
Ve'chisaron lo yuchal limanot. The Chachamim.
I get the Chachamim.
When you eat inside, you didn't do anything. You can't make it up.
So what's Rabbi Eliezer saying?
He says it makes it up.
Shabbat, I have some dashli.
I'm gonna make it up, but obviously.
Does it
What am
work?
I adding?
Does it work?
How does it work if you're eating inside the house?
No,
That's
he
what I
is.
was
He does say it works.
He says it works.
How?
Okay, so they're arguing, does it work or not? What do you think? The rabbi just tells you, don't worry, eat in the house, Rohi. It doesn't make a difference. He's lying to you? Rabbi Eliezer was lying and the Chachamim didn't lie. They told you the honest truth. That's what you're saying, Yossi?
Rabbi, you also have Shabbat.
More or less.
You have the extra Sukkah. You can make it up that way, no?
Didn't say that. It's a very good question.
But the seventh day is the first and the last day, the Hag. And the seventh day is the Yom Tov. Even if it's
You are dreaming. The last day is not Yom Tov. The last day is Chol HaMoed. The seventh day is Chol HaMoed. The eighth day is Yom Tov. Shmini Atzeret. It's a separate holiday. But he's saying you can make it up on the separate holiday, even though it's a separate holiday. Says the Gemara, "My ta'amad Rabbi Eliezer." First, meaning we're back to the first reason. Why does he say you have to eat 14 meals? Teshvu ke'en taduru. Sit in the sukkah like you live in your house. Madira ahad bayom ve'ahad balayla. Either they didn't believe in breakfast or they don't count it as a meal. They don't believe in 3 square meals a day. 2 meals a day, right? Madir, only Shabbat. Madira, just like in your house. Ahad bayom ve'ahad balayla. You eat 1 meal in the day and 1 meal at night. It's like Israel.
Israel has big breakfast, no lunch.
No breakfast. They have big lunch and small dinner, but they have.
Oh, right. Breakfast and lunch.
Right.
You think about Waldorf or.
No, he's thinking of Waldorf. No, Right. Hadira ahat bayom, ve'ahat balayla af sukkah. So to the sukkah, ahat bayom ve'ahat balayla, 1 in the day, 1 in the night. V'rabanan kedira, like your house. Madira ibay achil ibay lo achil. I'm not in the mood of eating today. I don't eat. Af sukkah nami ibay achil ibay lo achil. You don't want to eat, don't eat. Ihachi afilu lele yom tov rishon nami. So if the chachamim from Teshvu don't see a chiyuv achila, so where does the chiyuv to eat in the sukkah on the first night come from? Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yehotzadok, Ne'emar kan 15. Ve'ne'emar, that was a good guess. Ve'ne'emar 15 b'Chag HaMatzot. Ma lehalan. So we learned the Gezerah Shava 2:2. Ma lehalan laila harishon chova. Mikam va'elach reshut. Just like by matzah, you must eat matzah on the first night. After that, it's up to you. Afkan. So too by the sukkah. Laila harishon on the first night chova. You must eat in the sukkah. Mikam va'elach. After that, reshut. It's a reshut. V'hata minalan. How do we know that you have to eat matzot on the first night? Amar Kra, it says in the pasuk, Ba'erev tochlu matzot, hakatuv keva'o chova. The Torah made it an obligation. Look in Rashi. Mikam va'elach. Mikam va'elach reshut. Tehachi yalfinan la, we learn it over there, beperik patra de psachim. It says, most of the time it says, Shivat yamim matzot tochel. Right? But one time it says, Sheshet yamim tochal matzot. Ubayom hashvi'i atzem. 6 days eat matzah. What about on the 7th day? Right? So must be on the 7th day. I don't have to eat. Ma shvi'i reshut, because it didn't say to eat matzah. Av shishat. So to the 6 days before reshut. Why? Lefi shvi'i bechlal shivat yamim tochal matzot. First, the Torah tells me Shivat Yamim Tochal Matzot. Sounds like I have to eat matzah all 7 days. Then it tells you Sheshet Yamim Tochal Matzot. 6 days eat matzah. What about the 7th day? No, the 7th day you don't have to eat. But in the beginning, you told me that I have to eat on the 7th day. So the Torah just clued you in that the 7th day that I told you to eat, I didn't mean you have to eat. I meant if you want to eat anything, it's got to be matzah, right? So v'yatsa min haklal, it went out of the klal of Shivat Yamim Tochal Matzot. Lelamed, to teach me. She'achilat matzot ha'amur bo. The achilat matzot that I said about the 7th day. En ha'chova is not an obligation. Ela imbata le'echol. If you want to eat bread, teheh achilat matzah v'lo hametz. V'lo lelamed al atzmo yatsa. So now that it came to teach me, it's not only teach me about day 7. Ela lamed ala kelal kulo yatsa. It's teaching me all the days. If you want to eat, it's only a reshut, but it's not a chova. It's not shivat yamim tochal matzot chiyuv, and not even sheshet yamim tochal matzot chiyuv. Day 7 informed all of the other days that they're only a reshut.
Where does it say lechol tiyeh echlat matzah v'lo chametz? I already know, you tell.
Okay, because it's a reshut. V'hatam gufim minalan, and over there. So now that you tell me that shivat yamim tochal matzot is a reshut, how do you know you ever have to eat chova? V'hatam gufa minal and delayla rishona miya chova. So we said, ba'erev tochlu matzot, hakatuv keva'o chova.
How many Oprah we have 14?
I wouldn't be able to say 15 cells of
14.
say Rashi shoot.
That's not a chiyuv from Sukkah. Sukkah teaches me teshvu ke'en tadu. It doesn't say anything. That's not part of Sukkah. That's part of Shabbat.
That's part of my dwelling.
No.
My being.
No. The way you live in your house. Your house is 2 meals. Shabbat is a separate chiyuv.
That's how I live in my house on Shabbat.
Shabbat is not part of your house. Shabbat is Shabbat.
You can give me that answer.
Ve'od amar Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer also said, what? That you can be mashlim one of the first night, or the any night, any day, on Shmini Atzeret. Ve'ha'amar Rabbi Eliezer 14 seudot. Hayav adam le'echol besukah. Ahad bayom ve'ahad balayla. So what's the question? Rashi. Ve'akiv ha'amar Rabbi Eliezer yudal sudot. Hayav adam le'echol besukah. Ve'kivan debiyom tov ha'acharon. La basukah yativ. You're not sitting in the sukkah. Ve'em yashav ba l'shem mitzvah. And if you go in there, marked case. No, I'm going to eat it in the sukkah, Rabbi. For you said that l'shem mitzvah over al bal tosif. My hashlama de sukkah ikahacha. Amar bira, amar Rabbi Ami, hazar bo Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer took it back. What did he take back? Rashi says, hazar bo, etzel chachamim. He agreed to the chachamim. Lomar she'en davar kitzvah. You don't have to eat in the sukkah 14 meals. Ve'im ratza let'anot yit'aneh. Chutz milela yom tov harishon. Except for the first night. Ubaha mi'apalig alayu. The kasavar yesh latashlumin. You can make up the first meal. Kemo sheyesh tashlumim lekorbanot yom rishon af b'yom tov aharon.
It's a different holiday.
Just like you could bring the korban hagigah all 7 days and on the 8th day.
I know.
So to this meal of the sukkah, you can make up on the 8th day.
Now he can make it up on the second day.
Isn't there
Oh,
a
it's not
second?
Yom
He
Tov,
could make
Sukkah?
it up on the 2nd day and even on the 8th day. What?
No, it's not
Isn't
Yom
there a
Tov.
second Hagigah?
No, there's one hagigah.
How's that?
There's none on Shmini Atzeret?
Doesn't need its own. What?
How's it comparing?
That's a good question.
How are we making up on the second day, Rabbi? It's not Yom Tov. I missed the first night.
I don't know if it has to be Yom Tov.
Why did he drop
Why
all
else would he
14?
drop it off on the
I'm
on
not
the
sure.
8th day?
Maybe you're right.
Why did he drop the 14 meals? Let him drop just the
The
tashlumim.
Chachamim was convinced by them.
It's very persuasive. It's persuasive.
Says the Gemara. So the Gemara says, so Rashi learns as follows, right? Mashlim b'mai. So now, how is he getting b'mashlim? Because he eats in the meal on Yom Tov. He had to eat on Yom Tov anyway. Where's that
Oh,
tashlumim?
where's the Shemini?
But when you make tashlumim in the Amidah, you pray a second time, right?
2 meals.
So the Gemara, b'mai mashlim, ilema berifta. If it's bread, suda diyom kachil. That's today's meal.
Right.
Does he have to eat bread again? Elamai yashlim b'mineh targima. Now you have dessert. Dessert, that's for Yom Tov.
Have dessert anyway.
No, you don't have to have dessert.
Shem Tashlumin and have a
Rashi, cheesecake. Rashi, ilema berifta kelomar tomar shesudat Yom Tov aharon. Are you going to tell me that the meal that he eats anyway for Yom Tov aharon, shu soed belechem with bread, veliftan, and tahine v'tzorche suda and meat, tehe tashlumin larishon, sudat ta de yomeh ka'achil. That's today's meal. Umay heker yesh. Where's the heker? Shetehe l'shem seuda rishona. Halo darko l'sod hayom. B'mineh targima. Le'achar shesilek. After he finished, yaviu par peraot u'ma'adanim lefanav. Bring food. Kigon perot. V'kisnin. V'kaplutot mevushalim.
Easy enough.
Tanya nami hachi. Em heshlim b'mineh targima yatsa. Rashi b'mineh targima frungus. Pirush liftan. Kol davar sheyochal lemapa. Sounds like the opposite of what he said, but okay. That's l'chaora the way Rashi is. Tosfot doesn't like that. Tosfot quotes Rashi in Chazal bo Rabbi Eliezer. 4 lines down, he says, Kach pirush bekuntrus. Ve'piru ve'lishna diyashlim ve'im hishlim lo mashma klal lashon tashlumim. Ela tashlumim means making up. Ela lashon hashlama. It's completing cheshbon shel yudalet seudot.
Which we don't have anymore anyway.
So if you, according to Rashi, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So therefore, ve'od kivan de matzah yalfinan. If you learn from matzah, lo matzinan sheyehe tashlumin lematzah shelayla harishon shel Pesach. Maybe you could also make up the Seder night. Ve'od demash maktzah Yerushalmi de ba'i kazai dagan lesudat yom tov harishon shel Chag kemo gabe matzah. If you're making up the first night's meal, right, it should have to be with bread, because that I learned tutu from Chag HaMatzot. Ve'od me'uvda de apotropos shel Agrippas mashma de lo patar Rabbi Eliezer besuda achat. We'll see in a minute. Et lekach nirei lefarsh hazar bo Rabbi Eliezer mima shaya matzrich sukkah. You don't need a sukkah. Ule'olam yudalet seudot by, but you need 14 meals.
Goes back to that.
So I don't understand. If Teshu Ken Taduru is coming from the Sukkah, how could you not need Sukkah? It's very different.
But also, why is it going back on the 14th?
What?
His original thing was
No. His original thing was that you need 40 meals in the Sukkah. Says they're not. Doesn't always have to be in the Sukkah. So where'd you learn it from? Right? He's just being choser. You said you need it in the Sukkah. No, it doesn't have to be in the Sukkah. But you need 14 meals. And if you miss one, have me netargima. And therefore you can have it on Yom Tov Aharon. It's difficult.
Why are we going
I mean,
back?
Tosfot, Rashi has problems. Tosfot has like even a bigger problem.
Why are we going back that I still need 14?
Because he doesn't like the Lashon Yashlim. Yashlim is mashma completed, not make tashlumim.
Oh, that's what it is.
He quotes another story. Sha'al apotropos shel Agrippas HaMelech. Agrippas HaMelech had an apotropos. Rashi, apotropos memune al shelo. V'rav beto shekorim shaklak. Pirush apotropos. Just what you needed, right? So his manager, he asked him, Kegon ani, she'eni ragil le'echol ela suda achat bayom. I eat once a day. Ma'u she'ochal suda achat v'ipater. Can I eat one meal and get away with it? Amar lo, b'chol yom vayom ata mamshich kama parperaot lechvod atzmecha. ועכשיו אי אתה ממשיך פרפרת אחת לכבוד קונך. So he says, every day you have a lot of appetizers. I have appetizers. Sounds like that's Dosod's proof. Says, A, sounds like Rabbi Eliezer still held of his 14 meals, 2 a day. And you see that he's being mashlim, the appetizers, as the other Seudah. Rashi. Ma'o she'uchal Seudah ha bayom besukah ve'epater. Parperaot mine ma'adanim. הפותחים את פני מעיים להיות ליבו משוך אחר הפת ויאכל. Okay. The Gemara continues. ועוד שאלו, he asked him another question. כגון אני, שיש לי שתי נשים. I have 2 wives. אחת בטבריה ואחת בציפורי. One lives in Tveria, one lives in ציפורי. ויש לי שתי סוכות. I have 2 sukkahs. אחת בטבריה ואחת בציפורי. Is it okay for me to spend 1 day in Tveria in Sukkah A and a second day in Tzipori in Sukkah B? Anybody have a problem? Is it Sadiq? Right? Amar lo, this is not okay. She'ani omer, I say, Kol hayotze mi Sukkah le Sukkah, if you go from one Sukkah to another Sukkah, Pitel mitzvata shel rishona. You lost the mitzvah of the first one. You have nothing. Rashi.
You go from meal to meal like this.
Ma'o she'etzeh misukah lesukah le'echol v'lishan hayom bezul mahar bezul. Pitel mitzvata shel rishona. Afilu yamim she'avru alav kevar. Even the days that he already had, ibedan lemafreya. He lost them retroactively. Ve'eno mitzvah kediyalef lekaman shetzarich leshev kol zayin besukah. The whole Sukkot and one Sukkah. Tanya, we learned Rabbi Eliezer Omer, and Yotzi mi Sukkah le Sukkah. You can't go from one Sukkah to another Sukkah. Rashi, le'echol bezu v'lishon bezu, o hayom bezu, mahar bezu. Ve'en osim Sukkah b'cholo shel moed. And you can't build the Sukkah on Chol HaMoed. V'chachamim omrim, Rashi, en osim Sukkah b'cholo shel moed, mi shelo yashav b'Sukkah yom. If you didn't bake it on the holiday, so Chol Moed, you missed it. Too late. Chachamim omrim yotzi misukah lesukah. You could go from one sukkah to another. Ve'osim sukkah b'cholo shel moed. Shavim, but everybody agrees. Shem nafla, if your sukkah fell down, shechozer boneh b'cholo shel moed. You can rebuild it. Says the Gemara, my ta'amad Rabbi Eliezer. Where does he get a shita? Amar kara hag hasukot ta'aseh lecha shiv'at yamim. Aseh sukkah l'shiv'ah. Make a sukkah for 7 days. One sukkah, 7 days. Rashi, aseh sukkah l'shem hag shel shevat yamim. Shemat mina de'en osim sukkah b'cholo shel moed. You can't make it on chol moed. De'en l'shevat, it's not for 7 days. V'shamina mineh, we also learned de'en yotzim sukkah l'sukkah. De'en ken lav sukkah l'shevat. Your sukkah is not for 7 days. V'Rabbanan, what do you do with hag sukkot ta'aseh shevat yamim? V'Rabbanan hachi ka'amar Hamona. Aseh sukkah b'hag. You could even build the sukkah on Sukkot.
4 Hag.
On the Hag. On Chol HaMoed.
You said on the Hag.
Hag HaSukkot Ta'aseh Shiv'at Yamim. All 7 days you can build the Sukkah.
How's that possible?
Not on Yom Tov, but whatever. So we say,
It's not all Shiva.
Goy.
no, maybe. Maybe. Aseh Sukkah B'Hag. V'shavim she'im nafla. If it fell, שחוזר ובונה אותה בחולו של מועד. שיטה. מהו דתימה היי אחריתי היא? Maybe Rabbi Eliezer wouldn't agree. Why? Once it fell, it's gone. You rebuilt it? No, you built it.
No.
It's a new one. Ve'ena l'shiv'a kamash malan. Then you can make tahiyat metim on your old sukkah. Rashi. Ma'u deteima hay acharitihi ve'ena l'shiv'a kamash malan. Uvi yashav ba biyom tov. Ve'zu la'ashlim hi sukkat shiv'a karina be. Shetashlumim larishon. You have to use the first pieces. I don't know. Tanya, we learned Rabbi Eliezer Omer, כשאין שאין אדם יוצא ידי חובתו ביום טוב ראשון של חג, בלולבו של חברו, just like you can't be יוצא with your friends lulav, right? Because it says, לכם, תכתיבו לקחתם לכם ביום הראשון פרי עץ הדת, כפות תמרים, משלכם, has to be yours. כך אין אדם יוצא ידי חובתו בסוכתו של חברו, you can't sit in your friend's sukkah, דכתיב, חג הסוכות תעשה לך, Shivat Yamim, Mishelcha has to be yours. Rashi Lachem, Mishelachem. Right. Can't eat it in the shul either. Says the Gemara, maybe you could. Chachamim Omrim, Afal Pisha Amru, even though they said, En Adam Yotze Yedei Chovato Biyom Tov Harishon, Belulavo Shel Havero, even though they say you can't be Yotze with some friends Lulav. Aval Yotze Yedei Chovato Besukato Shel Havero, you can be Yotze with someone else's sukkah. דכתיב, כל האזרח בישראל ישבו בסקת. בסקת. סוכות, זמן מלמד שכל ישראל ראויים לשב בסוכה אחת. Technically, everybody can sit in one sukkah. רש"י, כל האזרח בישראל, כל האזרח בסוכות כתיב, דמשמע סוכה אחת לכל ישראל שישבו בה. זה אחר זה, one after the other. The of Shar Shia Kulam. What are you going to say? Everybody's partners. The Lomati Shave Peruta Lekol Had El Al Yedeh Shelah. Everybody's not going to Shave Peruta. Must be you borrowing it. Rabbanan Hai Lecha My Darshibe. So if he doesn't need to be yours, what's Lecha? Mi Ba'ilei Lemaute Gezulai. Can't be stolen. Aval She'ula, but borrowed. Ketiv Kol HaEzrach. Right? Rabbi Eliezer, hi kol ha'ezrach my avid le. What do you do with kol ha'ezrach? He can't say you're borrowing the sukkah because he holds it has to be yours. Mibai le leger shenetgayer bentayim, vekatan shenetgadel bentayim. The chidush is, let's say, right, you have the Sfirat HaOmer case. Let's say a katan becomes a gadol on the Chol HaMoed, right? So you'll say, you didn't have 7 days. No, kol ha'ezrach. A ger converted on Sukkot. Since you weren't available before, you could start now. Right? Ger bintayim becholo shomer. Katan shenet gadel. Samhu lo bet se'arot b'moed. Ve'ata hai kol l'rbuye she'oseh sukkah becholo shomer. He can make a sukkah on moed. Ma she'en ken b'mchuyav kodem lachen. If you chayav before, keda'amar Rabbi Eliezer le'er.
Why did you say what? Why are you going to make it? Why can't you just say bar mitzvah?
Same thing. That's bar mitzvah.
Giving two extremes.
Before you get se'arot, the fact that you're 13 don't mean nothing. But Rabbanan, kivan she'amru osim sukkah becholo shel moed, lo yitzrich kra. Chachamim say everybody can make a sukkah bechol moed, so I don't need kol ha'ezrach. So I use kol ha'ezrach to teach me. Everybody's just say one sukkah. Tana Rabbanan, so it's the same two pesukim. The question is which one you start with and which one you finish.
Really, it doesn't have anything that doesn't allow stones to have.
That's true. Tana Rabbanan, that's it. Tana Rabbanan. Actually, that's the question from before. You're right. There's a third person. Tana Rabbanan ma'aseh Rabbi Ela'eh she'alach lakbil penei Rabbi Eliezer abo belod. He went to visit his Rabbi Elazar, who was in Lod. Baregel on the holiday. Amar lo, he told him, Ela'eh enecha mishoftei haregel. You're not from the people that keep the holiday. Why? Why'd you come to visit me for? שהיה רבי אליעזר אומר, משבח אני את העצלנים. I praise the lazy people. שאינם יוצאים מבתיהם ברגל. They don't leave the house. תכתיב, ושמחת אתה וביתך. You and your wife. Stay home. רש"י, אינך משופטי הרגל. ברגל יום טוב הראשון, first holiday. והלך אצלו מערב יום טוב. אינך משופטי הרגל. הואיל ולא עמדת בביתך אצל אשתך. משבח אני את העצלנים. אף על פי שלא בשביל הרגל מתעכבים. Even though it's not because of the holiday, שהרי כל ימות השנה אינם יוצאים מחמת זה. Not staying home for the holiday. They don't go ever. ועל פי כמשבחן אני. Says the Gemara, is that true? Ini? He doesn't like people to visit the Rebbe? How do we know you have to visit your rabbi on the holiday? That's what the husband of the Shunami told her. Why are you going to see Elisha? It's not the holiday. רש"י, מדוע את הולכת? בעלה שומר, כשמרה אלך וערוץ אדיש אלוהים ואשור. So he says, לא קשה. עד עזיל ועתי ביומי עד עזיל ולעתי בי. If you could go on the same day, come back, go. If not, don't sleep overnight. תנא רבנן, מעשה ברבי אליעזר, ששבת בגליל העליון, בסוכתו של יוחנן ברבי אלעאי, בכסרי. He was in the upper Galilee. Where? In the Sukkah of Rabbi Yohanan Berbi Lae in Caesarea. The Amrila Bekesarion, I guess that was a different town, right? The Hegia Hamal Sukkah, it got hot. Amar lo, so Rabbi Yohanan Berbi Lae asked him, Mao Shefros Aleh Sadin, can I spread a sheet to make a shade? Amar lo, he told him, En lecha kol shevet veshevet mi Yisrael, shelo ha'emin mimenu shofet. Every single shofet made a shofet. Meaning, he switched the topic. All right? Rashi. Ma'o shefros alei hasadin letzel, shelo teshezuvecha hashemesh. Mi asur mishum mosif alo el haray b'shabbat, o lo. So he told him, En lecha kol shevet, heshivo ledavar, hesio ledavar acher. Like we're going to say later, Shelo Amar Davar Echad, Shelo Shama Mipi Rabo. If he didn't fear him as Rabbi, he didn't say it. Shelo Ha'emid Shofet, Moshia et Yisrael. So Rashi explains. Otam Shehayuhuz L'Shofti, Mishemet Yoshua, Ve'ad Shemuel Shemashach Shaul HaMelech. Yoshua me'Ephraim, Ehud miBenyamin, Gidon miMenashe, Hare miBnei Rachel, Shimshon miDan, Barak מיקדש מנפתלי, הרי מבני בלהה. אבצן זה בועז מיהודה, אלי מלוי, תולה מיששכר, אלונה זבולוני מזבולון. So I got 4 of בני לאה, אלו מפורשים. אבל עתניאל ויפתח ושמגר ויאיר ועבדון, לא ידעתי שמות שבטיהם. ומראובן ושמעון, גד ואשר, לא מצאתי מפורש. He says, I don't know exactly where those people get them from. These are the candidates. Rashi says, I have no idea. But Rabbi Eliezer had a masorah. Okay. Hegia hamal lahatzi sukkah. Now the son moved to half of the sukkah. Amar lo mao shefros alei asadim. Rabbi, what about now? Amar lo. Yeah. Amar lo. En lecha kol shevet veshevet mi Yisrael shelo yatzu mimenu שלא יצאו ממנו נביאים. They didn't make a נביא. שבט יהודה ובנימין העמידו מלכים על פי נביאים. רש"י, מלכים על פי נביאים, שאול ודוד על פי שמואל. הגיע חמה למרגלותיו של רבי אליעזר. Now it's by his feet. Now the rabbi is going to be uncomfortable. נטל יוחנן סדין, Upires alea, he took the sheet, he spread it. Right? If Shil Rabbi Eliezer talito lahorav, he flipped his talit behind him, v'yatza, and he left the sukkah. Why? Shelo ratza la'atir et hadavar. He didn't want, if he stays, he's saying it's mutar.
and just to tell him it's no good.
Lo mipnei shefligu b'dvarim. And this one he didn't answer, not because he was pushing him off. Ela mipnei shelo amar davar shelo shama mipi rabo le'olam. He never said something that he didn't hear from his Rabbi ever. That what? Says the Gemara. First question. Hechi avid hachi. How did he go to Yohanan Sukkah? Amar Rabbi Eliezer en yotzi misukah lesukkah. That was he in this other guy's sukkah. He has to be in his sukkah.
He could return the same day.
No.
You're not. You only yotzei sukkah in your sukkah. 7 days. Regel acheravai. It was Shavuot. It wasn't Sukkot. They were sitting in the sukkah because they wanted air. Rashi. En yotzi misukah lesukkah. Vehei achiniach Shabbat. שבתוך הרגל את סוכתו שהייתה בלוד, שהיה דר בלוד כדתניא אחר בלזר ללוד. רגל אחר היה, כגון עצרת, והיו יושבים בסוכה משום אוויר. Okay, so now the question is, וטיב שולה מדידה. הרי רבי אליעזר has a statement on this topic. דתנן, we learn, פקק החלון. If you want to stuff up the window, Rabbi Eliezer Omer Bizman Shekashur V'Talui, if it was tied and hanging before your Shabbat, Pokikim Bo, you could close it up. V'im Lav, and if not, En Pokikim Bo, V'Chachamim Omrim Ben Kach u'Ben Kach Pokikim Bo. Rashi says, Shekashur V'Talui Sham Kol Sha'ah, Kivan. So before that, B'Tiv Sholem Idideh, Shelo Tifros Alei Asadin, the Asur Lehosif Alo El Arai. You can't add on to a temporary tent. So spreading the sukkah is oil arai. Rabbi Eliezer holds it's asur. You're making a tent. Making a tent. On Shabbat. Kivan de mitukan. V'imlav en pokikim bo demosifu al sitimat ohel. V'chachamim omrim ben kach u'ben kach pokikim because they hold mutar lo'osif al oil arai. So Gemara says, "Hatamu de mevatel, aval hacha de lo mevatelo." Over there, you're going to leave it there for a while. So that's why it's considered mosif alo el aray to be said. But it's time to put a sheet. You're not leaving it there.
It's temporary.
It's temporary. Even a Eliezer might be mekel, but he didn't hear from his Rabbi, so he wouldn't say it. Rashi. Hata mevatel elai pekat legabe halom v'chashiv lemikotel atzmo. You're going to leave it there. Hilka have mosif aval sadin. Anan sahade de lo mevatele. We know he's not going to leave it legabe sukkah. Besofolet lo hilka lo pshita le Rabbi Eliezer de leheve mosif. So that was that story. We have a few other stories for tomorrow. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen.
What's his spiel?
Okay.
Rabbi, if they put the sardine on top of the sukkah, there's no ohel. There's no tefa.